everyone, and welcome to tonight's webinar. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I'm going to allow the next couple minutes just for a few people to jump on the call. I'm going to go through some logistics and just kind of introduce myself, okay? So like I said a moment ago, thank you for making some time to be here. I know that even without having met any of you, that you're living crazy busy lives. So even freeing up 45 minutes of your time is a lot, but I promise tonight's going to be really valuable for you. I'm going to go through lots of tips and tricks on how you can really maximize a tool like Teamzy to help you leverage those really busy times, okay? So before I actually get into what we're going to do tonight, I'm going to introduce myself. I think that seems like a fair place to start. So my name is Lisa Swain, and I'm the Director of Customer Experience here at Teamzy. So it's my job to make sure that you have everything that you need to be successful with Teamzy as you get started. So that's really what I want to do tonight. If you're brand new, you're thinking, I just wanted to get a really good look of Teamzy for the first time, stick with me, okay? I'm going to give you a really great high-level view of the system. If you're thinking, I jumped in, but I've got specific questions, or I just want to know what's the best practices here, you're in the right place because I'm going to go through all of that tonight, okay? So here's what I have planned. First, we're going to jump right into Teamzy. I'm going to show you guys how quickly and easily you can set up the system. Because I know that can be the scariest part, right? It can be a little bit challenging knowing, okay, I'm going to transition from another system or from an Excel spreadsheet. I have to know that my information is going to be where I expect it to be so that I can really get the most out of the system. So we're going to go through the setup process. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks for navigating that process really painlessly. And then we're going to get into how to be a power hour boss with Teamzy, okay? How, like I said, you can leverage those busy times when you've got an hour, 2 hours, at most a lot of times to really devote to your business. So I'm going to show you how you don't have to scrub lists anymore, how you can just really hit the ground running and build momentum in your business. Then last but not least, we're going to get into following up like a pro, okay? Because I know it and you know it. The fortune is in the follow-up. But we sometimes feel like we're nagging or we're bothering people. But really, guys, following up is an act of love, okay? You're showing up when you said you would. In a life full of disappointments, don't be that person, okay? Not when they've trusted you to lead them on this journey. So we're going to talk about following up like a pro. And then I'm going to open up the floor of questions that you all may have. Because like I mentioned, I know some of you may have jumped in already, so you might have specific questions. So stick with me, and I will get into each of those questions in real time. Okay? All right. So it sounds like it looks like there's a bit of an echo from a few of you, so I'm going to just hang tight here for a second. Okay, so if you're having any sort of a connection issue, okay, usually I'll get a ton of messages when it's a connection issue on my end, so feel free to use that chat if at any point it's getting hard to hear me or see me, and I'll try and compensate on my end, okay? If not, you should have a reconnect option on your end that will let you just sort of reconnect and try and clear up that connection issue. Okay, so the one last thing that I want to say before we jump in, guys, is that I am recording tonight's session. So any of you that have team members that weren't able to join us live, tell them not to worry, because we will send out a replay link within 24 hours of tonight's session. Okay, so before I open up my Teamzy, have you all taken advantage of the free 30-day trial? Because really, in the many years that I've been working in tech tools and online systems, I get the question often that what's the best system to use? And honestly, the answer to that question is it's the system you're going to use, okay? You're actually going to log in and consistently use, because the only way to see a benefit to your business is to build it as a habit, okay? To start to see a compounding effect in your business. Okay, so it sounds like I'm still getting an echo message from a lot of folks on the call. So I'm going to re-enable it. Okay, let's see if maybe that helps. You guys let me know if you're still having it. Okay, so you guys let me know if you're still hearing a ton of the echoes in the background. If not, you guys can mute your microphones. I'm hearing that might clear up the issue for you, okay? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and push forward, okay? So let's jump right in. Okay, guys, so what you're looking at now is my Teamzy dashboard. Like I said, if you haven't taken advantage of that free 30-day trial, go ahead and get one, because that's going to be really the best way for you to really see if this is going to be the right system for you over the next 30 days, okay? So grab a 30-day trial and jump in. Let's take a look here. All right, so once you've logged into your Teamzy, okay, I'm gonna keep monitoring that chat, guys, but we're gonna push through, okay? So let's see here. So when you log into your Teamzy for the first time, when you're getting ready to set up, if it's your first time in Teamzy, you're gonna be dropped right into what's known as our setup wizard, okay? But if you've clicked around and you're thinking, I was just trying to get a handle on things, take a look at what it looks like, to get back to that setup process, you're gonna click the little wheel in the upper right-hand corner, okay? From there, you're gonna go down to Setup Wizard. This is gonna open up our 3-step setup process. So we're gonna keep it as painless as possible because when you're transitioning, okay, whether it be one file or multiple files, you wanna make sure that, okay, I know how long this is gonna take, I know what the system's gonna ask of me, so that's what we're doing here. So we're outlining that 3-step process for you. Okay, so step 1, we're gonna set an income goal. Because Teamzy is so much more than just a tracking app, you're gonna have the ability to set an income goal for yourself. And Teamzy is actually going to help you drive your business in the direction of that goal. And when we set the goal on the next step, I'll show you what that actually means. Okay, so let's see here. So second step in the process is going to be to create your powerful why statement. Okay, so many of you have heard of this concept before. You may already have a powerful why. Great, okay? Otherwise, Teamzy has an exercise that's gonna help pull that powerful why out of you, which your powerful why is just your reminder, okay, in your own words, of why you got in this business. Why at a challenging moment should you push through, okay? So we're actually gonna hold your hand and walk you through the process of creating your powerful why statement. Okay, third step in the process, we're gonna import our contacts. This is the meat of that setup process, okay? It can be a little bit scary, but it's okay. Come along with us. We're gonna keep this as painless as possible. You'll notice on every single page, we've got a quick tutorial video. You can watch that. It's basically gonna take you through what we're talking about tonight. Okay, so we've got, so when we're setting our income goal to start, you're gonna consider your next 12 months, okay? So I want you to think, okay, what do I wanna grow my business by in the next 12 months? So we're gonna take that number in Teamzy and we're actually going to break down for you the number of highly productive activities you need to complete every day, every week, every month in order to stay on track with your annual goal. Okay, so this is your first systemized approach. So this is where Teamzy is deciding to take our actual focused systemized approach to breaking down how much you need to do every day. What do I need to focus on so that I can time block and decide, okay, an hour of my time is enough for me to get through and generate real leads and build my business. Okay, so that's gonna be that first step. Like I mentioned, you're gonna consider it on a 12-month basis. So you're gonna pop your 12-month goal in the field and we're gonna hit continue. Now Teamzy is going to immediately start to crunch those numbers, okay? So it's letting me know based on my goal of $100,000, I need to connect 2,899 times in the next 12 months, okay? So what you're gonna need to do here is actually select continue on this next page because Teamzy is gonna break that down for you into a bite-sized chunk, okay? So what you have the opportunity to do now is view, okay, how many connections do I need to make to my prospects versus my customers versus my consultants, and then so on, okay? So we're setting a connection goal for your prospects, for your customers, and your consultants, and then we're also setting goals for your daily invites and your daily ads, okay? So for your daily invite goal, this is going to be an intention. Anytime you intentionally call a prospect or a customer or a consultant to action, okay? When you say, I'm inviting someone to an event or inviting them to a 3-way call or to a product solution, okay? Intentional calls to action. Your ads are going to be your lead generation. So anytime you meet someone new, face-to-face and belly-to-belly, or maybe when you accept a new friend request through social media, we are going to recommend that you add them to your Teamzy database so that you can start to follow up with them consistently, okay? So let's hit continue on this step. Now, before I hit continue here, you can manually override these goals at any time if you need to, okay? You have the choice to say, you know what, I do that and way more already. So go for your stretch goal or challenge yourself here. You can always up the goals or manually override the goals in any of these fields. All right, let's move through to the next step in the process. Okay, so we've now got our why, okay, our powerful why statement. So this video is actually going to walk you through creating that powerful why statement. Now, if you decide, okay, I know I've got a handle on my powerful why and you're ready to get started, you can just hit continue here. This is going to redirect you to literally the step-by-step process where you're going to create your powerful why statement, okay? Step by step, even if you've never done this before, just answer each question. Why did you become a consultant? Okay, so each answer will help you eventually at the bottom formulate your full why statement. So if you get to the bottom, you've answered all of the questions and you're thinking, Jay, my why statement is still not on my dashboard. What you want to do in that case is log back into this area and make sure that you've actually created the full statement here. Once you've done that, that will be present on your dashboard every time you log in. Okay, so let's continue on through the next step. Okay, so we are now at the import process for bringing in our contacts. Now I know many of you are going to be importing contacts from your Pulse back office, and then maybe from your Facebook, and then from your Instagram, or from your Gmail, Outlook. That's okay. Teamzy is going to allow you to bring in multiple files, okay? Not a problem. Now what you can do, I'm just going to quickly glance over at the chat, guys, really quickly. It looks like I've got a couple people that are still struggling with that, with the audio issue. If it doesn't clear up for you, not to worry, like I said, I am going to send out that recording, and then you can always reach out to me directly, and we can schedule a one-on-one to answer any questions you may have, okay? So any of you that are still with me on the call, just hang tight. I'm going to share my contact information at the end, so you can reach out if you need additional help after tonight's call. Okay, so getting back over into Teamzy. When you've exported your contacts from Pulse and you're ready to export from Facebook, we've got a really great video here that'll walk you through that process, okay? But I do have a really quick tip with the Facebook export. If you're thinking to yourself, well, Jay, I requested my Facebook data 3 days ago and it never came in, or even a day ago. Facebook is in the process of adjusting their instructions for exporting data, so you may already be included in the change. I recommend that you go back to your Facebook, okay? I'm actually going to show it to you here on the screen. When you're in your Facebook and you're going back, now for those of you who have not done the pulling of the Facebook data, this is going to look more familiar to you once you've taken a look at those instructions, okay? But if you've done it already and you're thinking, where is my file? Go ahead and click your settings area, go back through the instructions, so you're going to click download a copy of your data. And this time, you're going to notice instead of it saying start my archive, it says download my archive. When I click this button, it's automatically going to trigger my Facebook file, okay? So if you're thinking, I've been waiting for it for a few hours, a couple days, log back in and that should be waiting for you. Okay, cool. So back over to Teamzy. That's my tip for exporting your Facebook data if you're thinking I haven't been able to find that file. If you need instructions for exporting from LinkedIn, from your Outlook, from Gmail, go ahead and ping me directly and I will get you those instructions, okay? Now, one last tip when you're importing your lists into Teamzy. I do recommend that you start with your customers and your consultants from Pulse. I recommend that you start with your customers and your consultants from Pulse. This way, you've got a good baseline, and Teamzy, when it now searches for duplicates, because Teamzy has a duplicate filter, it will know to keep all of that great information you've collected in your Pulse back office, okay, phone numbers, email addresses, things like that, and it's going to skip over the additional social media profile. So if you're friends on Facebook with a customer who's also on your Pulse list, Teamzy will leave you with one record for that person. It's going to screen for duplicates and leave you with the one, okay? So the way the duplicate filter is going to work is Teamzy is going to screen for first, last name, and unique email address, okay? So again, that's first name, last name, and email address. So if you have someone that signed up with you as a customer using one email address, but then they use a separate email for Facebook, you may need to manually merge up a couple of folks, and I'll show you how to quickly do that when we get into Teamzy. Okay. So I am going to go ahead and Scroll down. Now, any of you that are jumping in the chat and asking questions along the way, not to worry. Like I said, I am going to go back and answer all those questions in real time. Okay. So once you're ready to import to Teamzy, we've also got a video here that will walk you through importing your files into Teamzy. So we'll hit continue. Ultimately, any file, okay? If you're looking to bring in a file that you created yourself in Excel, okay, if it's got all your different column headers, not to worry. All you want to make sure is that it's in one of these formats that you see here on the screen. If it's not one of those, or if you're thinking, oh, I don't remember what she said, or I don't remember where to check for the format, go ahead and choose the file. Teamzy is going to give you a yay or nay, okay? So it'll tell you, yes, you can continue or no. So when we're ready to import a file, I will choose my file for import. Teamzy is going to automatically redirect me and let me know, okay, yes, that file is appropriate for upload. So that's what you're looking for, is a little green check mark here. Now, as you're going through and you're bringing in files from LinkedIn, from Facebook, from your back office, what you can do is actually click Advanced Import Options here. And this is going to allow you to tag every single person on this file all at once, okay? So I can say, if these are all Facebook friends, I can quickly add a tag that says that they're Facebook friends. Or I can go through and I can say, okay, these folks are, they attended my recent event, or I invited them to the event that's coming up in LA, or something like that. You have the choice to actually create your own identifiers. So when you bring in a list of 500 and then a list of 1,000, at one glance, you'll be able to say, oh, that's right, I'm friends with that person on Facebook, or we connect on LinkedIn. It just gives you an initial identifier. When you get into Teamzy, you can start to add more information that helps you serve each person better, okay? So that's how you're gonna use your tagging feature upon import. Now you can also bring in a full list of customers and say they're all customers. You can do the same for your consultants. When we're ready to continue, Teamzy is going to automatically map this file, okay? So it's gonna put my phone numbers in the phone number fields, email address with email addresses, phone numbers with phone numbers, and so on, okay? If you're thinking to yourself, well, I created this spreadsheet from scratch, so it's got tons of columns, notes, and start dates, and last point of connection. What you can do to make sure that all of the information was plotted correctly is that you can actually click Show Mapping here, and this will display for you all of the information that Teamzy is going to try and bring into the system. So if you're thinking, I'm missing a phone number, or email addresses didn't come in, or anything like that, for one thing, you can always go back and fix it, okay? Anytime you bring in a file, you have the choice to wipe it all out, okay? So you can choose the file and clear it out and then start over. And then you have the option, like I said, upon import to make sure that the data is going to the right place. If you're thinking, I need a little help with this because I'm not exactly tech savvy, like I said, stick with me and I will share that contact information so we can connect one-on-one. Okay, so when we are satisfied with the mapping, Teamzy is gonna go ahead and bring in all of those contacts and redirect me to the next step in the process. So it's still holding my hand. Even though I've done the 3 major steps in setup, I now know where I need to go next in my action items, okay? So this could be one of the most vital parts of setting up Teamzy. This is gonna be where you take a prioritized look at everyone that you work with on a day-to-day. So prospects, customers, and consultants. You are gonna decide, you know what, who are my cream of the crop, the people that I want to spend the most of my time and resources with. So those would be my 5 stars. And these individuals, Teamzy is going to serve up to you every 30 days like clockwork. That's going to be the default that has the greatest frequency, okay? And then we're going to step that down. Your 4 stars are going to be every 60 days. Your 3 stars every 90 days. Your 2 stars every 120 days, and your 1 stars will not come up for follow-up. So what I'd like to talk about next is the fact that when you bring in your entire list, okay, of 1,000 people, 500 people, whatever the case may be, everyone is going to default at a 3-star ranking, okay? So that means that they're automatically set for a 90-day follow-up window, no matter what. Even if you don't go in there and re-rank them, If you're thinking, well, I don't really know if that prospect is a 4-star yet or a 5-star, you can leave them at the 3-star ranking, and Teamzy is not gonna let them fall through the cracks. It's gonna serve them up to you every 90 days so that you can start to build that relationship, okay? So that you can start to make their day and create opportunities for conversation. So know that you have a 3-star default. Everyone is kind of getting that security blanket or safety net so no one falls through the cracks. Now, when you're going through and you're getting ready to rank, you would scroll down. This video goes through the importance of ranking, okay? It'll take you through it step by step. But when you're ready and you click the rank option, Teamzy is gonna redirect you to the easiest way to rank. It gives you your all, so this is every single person that you have manually uploaded, okay? Or, excuse me, that you have imported or manually added, which you have the option to do either in Teamzy. So from here, I now know and I can see at one glance, okay, every single person came in defaulting at that 3-star ranking. So what we recommend when you're getting started is don't get overwhelmed with ranking, okay? Try and cherry pick your 4 and your 5 stars. So you would need to go through and just basically try and establish who are my 4 and my 5-star prospects, customers, and consultants. Now from there, I can move forward. As they start to come up for follow-up, I can refine the relationship. I can say to Teamzy, okay, you know what, maybe they're a 2-star now that I've connected with them a few times. Or maybe they're a 4-star, okay? That refining is gonna happen gradually as you move forward. So try and go through and cherry pick your 4 and your 5 stars. This is going to be as simple as clicking on the new rank, okay? So I can literally re-rank someone. I can say they don't belong in my database. I can delete them outright directly from that screen. As I go through, like I said, some are gonna be easier than others, but you always have the option to come back to this process at any time, okay? So let's say I've gone through and I've successfully established my form, and I've ranked everyone as much as I need to, okay? You now have the choice above the list of names to click on type mode. This is going to display for you where everyone stands. Are they a prospect? Are they a customer? Are they a consultant? I can quickly make some adjustments here. Oh, I can say, you know what, Laura's a customer, Becky's a customer, this person's a consultant. It's gonna allow you to do it that quickly, okay? So in real time when you're going through setup, don't agonize over it. Try and do a few passes. Try and just re-rank and type the people that jump out at you, the folks that you've got a really good relationship with that are easy for you to identify. And then as you go along, I'm gonna show you next how Teamzy is gonna serve those people up to you, and you can refine them as you go along. Okay, so we have now established our ranks and our types, okay? But let's say as I'm going through that, I realize, oh, Marlo's email address didn't come in, but I know I have it. I can quickly update Marlo's email address. And what's great is when I click anywhere else on the screen, the system gives me a success message. So it means, okay, I've successfully saved that information, you can move on to the next thing. So you really can say, okay, go down to Laura's profile, let me add her phone number, and move on. So you will add information as you go along, you'll have the opportunity to update or refine information as you need to, because the system will evolve and grow with your team. Okay, so that's gonna basically be, set up in a nutshell. You'll notice that these profiles have areas for contact-based information, social media links, and then you've also got personal details, birthdays, spouses, children, pets, things that are just gonna help you serve your customers, your consultants, and your prospects better, okay? So now that you've got information filled in, you've appropriately ranked and typed folks, you are now ready to start to maximize on your power hour, okay? So that you can really hit the ground running. Because what you just did is essentially the scrubbing that you spend time doing before you get started connecting with people, right? Figuring out, okay, who on this list can I help? Who wants my help? Who can I connect with next? Where did I leave off with people? Teamzy is solving for a lot of that busy work. Teamzy is helping you get to the point where you don't have to do that again. I now, every single day, can head over to my dashboard, which is sort of my virtual accountability partner, okay? It's gonna help me stay on track because I'll have at a single glance, I'll know how many prospects to connect with, how many customers, and how many consultants. Now these goals are coming directly from that income goal that we set during setup. So now at one glance, without you having to go and crunch your own numbers, figure out where you stand, Teamzy tells you what you need to do right now. Get focused, start working. So I know I've got 6 prospects to connect with. I can scroll down this page. And what you're gonna be going to more than any other feature in Teamzy is your Who's Up Next section, okay? This is gonna act as your Power Hour hub. This section actually filters all of those priorities that you just set, okay? So it's actually letting those 5s and those 4 stars, or the rock stars, the people you wanna connect with more often, almost sort of rise to the top, okay? So they're coming to the top of your list and you know, okay, this person's a 5-star, and if they're on this list, I have not connected with them in the last 30 days, in the last 60 days if they're a 4-star, in the last 90 days if they're a 3-star. So that's what you're seeing here. This list of prospects lets you know that you have not connected with this person who is a 5-star in the last 30 days. I can now quickly connect with this person right here from this screen. So I know Eric is first up for connection. What I can do is jot down right here in this field what we connected about. But you know what? I'm not even sure. How do I know Eric? I can't remember. This is gonna happen, okay? When you're consolidating lists of 1,000 from Facebook, 500 from your back office, when you're reconnecting with people. So you have a couple of tools at your disposal right from the dashboard, okay guys? What you can do is you can click on activity. This is gonna let me see, have I tracked any activity for Eric? Have we ever connected through Teamzy? That's what's gonna be in your activity feed. Your details section is going to display for you, okay, looks like I've got an email address, phone number, and that's right, we connect through Facebook. That's how those tags are really gonna come into play, okay? When you're thinking to yourself, geez, how do I know this person? If you've tagged them as, you know, attended last month's event, or, you know, loving lash boost, or whatever the case may be, it allows you to sort of jog your own memory, okay? Gives you a place to start, an icebreaker of sorts. So, I know Eric and I connect through Facebook. I can check my notes section if I've made any notations about this client, but it looks like Eric and I are just getting started together. So, I could sit here and agonize over what I'm gonna say, or I can actually lean into my system because Teamzy has dialogues and scripts built in for you, okay? So to access your scripts, you've got a little script option in any Connect box, okay? So whether you're on the dashboard or whether you're in the person's profile, you'll have access to this script option. So you will click on script here, and it's gonna give you access to, well, how do I wanna connect with Eric? Well, we connect on Facebook. So I can click Facebook, and it's gonna give me access to a ton of script options. So I can say, you know what, it's the first connection, so I can literally just send this. Or I can go through and decide, where am I in the process with this person? Have I followed up with them a few times? Okay, well then you know what, let me send connect number 4. These are gonna be one-liners. They're almost, these open the door, okay? Plants the seed, you get to stop by, show support, make someone's day. Guys, you never know how far the ripples go. Okay, it's important for you to know that even though to you it seems like, hey, I'm just stopping by to let you know I'm here to support you, oftentimes they needed just that. Today was the day they chose to take action or make a change in their life. So a lot of times these little connections are just, they let you start tons of conversations. Teamzy's gonna put you in the position where, yeah, in an hour's time, you can start 20, 25 conversations. These are conversations you get to now keep and build, okay? Build on, they're gonna grow. Some of them, not all of them, but that's the beauty of getting to connect with so many people. So lean into the scripts. You can choose, like I said, a script of any type of filter, okay? So I can say I wanna see email scripts, or I wanna see Instagram scripts, and so on. Now, I've decided I'm gonna send a Facebook script. The one caveat here is that Facebook, Instagram, text message, these messages still need to be sent through Instagram, through Facebook Messenger, through text message, okay? Teamzy is giving you the opportunity to work alongside you to track those connections so that at one glance, you know next time where you left off with that person. So you're not having to check your Excel spreadsheet and then check Facebook and then check Instagram, okay? So I'm gonna copy the script. Now what I choose to do is actually paste it right here because then I can update the person's name. So I update the name, spell it right, preferably. I do another copy. I indicate how I'm sending that message, okay? Is this a Facebook message? Is it an email? Is it a text? So I'm gonna tell the system I'm sending that through Facebook. Now for my own process, just to keep things moving along really quickly, I keep a Facebook tab open side by side. I find the person that I'm sending the message to, and I drop it in here. Come back over to Teamzy. Now, because I'm not calling, I'm not sending Eric an invite of any kind, I'm okay with the default follow-up. That means when I hit connect, Eric is going to come up 30 days from now, okay? So what I can do is go ahead and log connect because I'm okay with that default follow-up window. I will check in with Eric in another 30 days. Now, you'll notice it removes Eric from my prospect list, so I know who I need to connect with next. It keeps the people visible that you need to focus on. So I've logged the connection, so it communicates to my dashboard that I've completed one of my 6 prospect connections for the day. So I can just keep moving, all from the same screen, okay? So now, let's say I go down, I've got 5 more prospects, I go down to my next person. Let's say William and I chat about upcoming event. Now, because I'm actually inviting William to something, what I can do is indicate that we spoke by phone, and it's an invite, so I'm going to check mark that it's an invite here. And now Teamzy is going to let me get that much more specific because we're going to let you pull reports after the fact if you want to see how many invites did I send to events versus 3-way calls and things like that. So I'll indicate it's an event, but you know what? William's got to run right now, but I want to follow up tomorrow with all of the details. But he's a 5-star, so if I hit connect right now, he's not coming up for another 30 days. Do not grab your phone, don't put it in your calendar, don't add a post-it note. You can actually manage your follow-ups right from this screen. You can tell Teamzy when to bring this person back up for follow-up because you need to speak with them then. So I can come right here up to the follow-up section in the connect area, and I can indicate that, you know what, I want to follow up with William tomorrow. So now it's going to override the follow-up, and it's going to bring William up to me tomorrow for follow-up. So I can now go ahead and log that connect. It removes him from my prospect list, logs that I've connected with yet another person, and it has also in real time tracked that I've sent this person an invite, okay? But now some of you may be thinking, well, where do I track my follow-ups? How do I know that when I come in to do my follow-ups tomorrow, that's where I find it? Okay, so every single day, in addition to your prospects and your customers and your consultants, Teamzy is also creating your focused follow-ups list. So this is going to be your list of follow-ups that you have manually set, okay? Anyone that you've told Teamzy, no, I need to talk to them on this date, okay? So William now has his default follow-up listed. It's gonna be color-coded, so anytime I add another follow-up, I'll know, okay, this one's urgent because it's in red, this one's due tomorrow, so it's in yellow, that kind of thing. Now, as you go along, you may realize that, oh, I've added, well, Jay, there are only 5 here, but I know I've got 10 follow-ups for the day, or 15 for the day, okay? So what you can do to view all of your upcoming follow-ups is actually head over to your team page on the left. From here, you have a few filters here on the left-hand side, okay, middle left. You can go down to follow-ups and click upcoming. This is going to arrange now every single follow-up that you have coming up. If you realize, you know what, yeah, it's saying William needs a follow-up today, but I'm not gonna check in with him today, or I wasn't able to connect, so I wanna follow up with him tomorrow. What I can do from this screen is actually come over, because this is now William's record. I can click in the follow-up, and I can reassign his follow-up date. So I can say now that's 2 days out. Now, you may be working with people as you're transitioning from your Excel spreadsheet. You're thinking, well, Jay, I've got a ton of follow-ups already set. Not to worry. When you're setting people, when you're bringing in people, once you've brought them into the system, you can search for a name. So let's say I want to search for Marlo. You can search by first or last. It's going to bring up their profile. And now from here, I can come down to the follow-up line and say, okay, Marlo, I need to follow up with him on, okay, says May 6th. That now has become Marlo's follow-up. If I go over to the follow-ups list, Marlo has been added here. Like I said, it's doing an automatic save for you, kind of working right alongside you, okay? So that's gonna allow you to update your follow-ups in real time so you can manually set your own. but then it's also managing those default follow-ups so no one falls through the cracks. All right, a couple more features I want to show you before I open up the floor to any questions you guys may have. All right. Now, we talked about the fact that you can connect and start tons of conversations with people directly from your dashboard. Using those scripts, you can sort of remove that agonizing time of deciding what you're going to say. But some of you may already have really great dialogues or really great scripts that you like to use with your customers or with your consultants or what have you. So you can actually save your own scripts save your scripts in the system and reuse them in the future. To do that, you're going to click the scripts option here. And now this is going to give you access to, you've got an option to view Facebook, email scripts, text. But in the upper right-hand corner, you can choose new script. This is going to let you create your own title. So I can say this is follow up to an event. Okay. And now I can tell the system I want to be able to find the script when I search for email scripts and when I search for Facebook scripts. So you can get in there and kind of set your own filters. I would be able to copy and paste the body of my script, or I can type it up myself, save it, and like I said, in the future, you'll be able to find that in the list of scripts like you can find ours. Okay, so you've got your option to create your own scripts and use those directly from your dashboard. As you're going along and you're connecting with people, you may realize, oh, you know what, I want to send some emails to people. I mentioned that you have to send Facebook messages straight through Facebook. Instagram straight through Instagram, text messages straight through your text app or from your phone. But emails, if you are a Gmail subscriber, you have the opportunity to link your Gmail to Teamzy. So you can actually, if I wanted to send Marlo an email, I can click the select type and hit send email. This is going to let me link my email, so it's going to walk me through the process. It's really quick. It's just making sure that you're connected to the right Gmail account. And then from there, every time I hit send email, I can create my email in real time. Or I can even choose an email that I have pre-created for reuse. Okay, so just like you can create scripts, you can also create emails that you can use and send many times to different people. So utilize your Gmail option. That's going to help you, like I said, connect with people however they choose. As you're going along and you're connecting with folks, you may realize, oh, you know what? I sold them something. So you want to track your sales in Teamzy so that at one glance you can see what you've sold this person or what products they like to use so that you can kind of speak to that and, like I said, serve them or tailor your service based on where they are in the process. So if I'm working with Marlo, let's say we chat about a regimen. Oh, that's definitely not how we're selling a regimen. Okay, so let's say that we chat about a regimen. That's by phone. I'm actually inviting him to something, so I'm gonna go ahead and indicate that that was an invite. From here, let's say that I sent him a solution tool so that we can start talking about what regimen he wants to use or she wants to use. So from here, I can indicate that I've completed that. And you know what? Down the road, I realized that, perfect, we find the right regimen, Marlo purchased the regimen, now I need to actually track that he's bought something. So I can search for Marlo's record, first or last name, like I said, or you can always click on a name, they're usually hyperlinked in the system. And from here, I have an option to log a connect or to log a sale. So I can click sale and indicate that I sold him something. So, okay, did I sell him an enrollment kit, regimen, or other sale? Right now, those are going to be your three options. We are looking to refine those down the road. So keep an eye out because you may see additional options or maybe a customizable choice for you. Okay, so I will put regimen here and I'll hit save. I get in the habit of then literally adding a tag of what the specific regimen was, okay? Lash, boost, revise, whatever the case may be, or you can drop it right in the notes field. So I can say, okay? Now, what's great is once I update that, I can see that now from the dashboard because there's that little notes tab, okay? So that's gonna be how you track your sales. Now, you're gonna be generating income from these sales. So you actually wanna be able to track your income also because we started this by setting an income goal. So to track your income, you're gonna go over to your business tab. From here, you've got a business statistics page. This is going to give you at one glance how close or how far you are to meeting that income goal that we started setting, okay? So I've set a goal of $100,000. I've only tracked about $8,100 worth of income against that goal. So I know at one glance when it's 6 months into the year, 9 months into the year, if I need to kick it into gear, course correct. It happens sometimes, right? But these tools help you to really identify that so you can get ahead of it. Okay, so when you're ready to add income, at any time you can go ahead and click the plus symbol here, or in the upper right-hand corner you have add income. Once you click add income, it's going to give you access to an itemized income report. You can literally add by earnings statement, date range. So if you're someone that decides to add quarterly, you can do that, okay? Or you can come in here and literally say, I made $500 between the 1st of April and the 6th of April. And you can add that income, but it's your choice, okay? So this gives you the opportunity to track that income in real time against your overall goal. This report can be pulled so that you have this as a tool if you're working with a larger team, if you want to use this as an accountability tool, if you've got a success partner or anything like that. All right, in addition to your income goal, you're also going to be tracking your customers and your personally sponsored consultants, okay? So this gives you a quick glance of how many customers do I have total? How many personally sponsored consultants? If you're thinking, well, that doesn't match up to what I see in my Pulse, then that gives you the opportunity to pull another list from Pulse, import that to Teamzy. Teamzy is going to only bring in the new folks. It'll screen out the duplicates, like we talked about earlier, and it'll leave you with only the new records, okay? So you do have that option as you move forward. If you're just having a killer month and you're thinking, I added tons of customers, and I wasn't adding as I went along in Teamzy, pull another list and you can import to Teamzy. Teamzy will screen out those duplicates for you. Okay, as we're moving along, you've also got a growth report, an activities report, ratios broken down, connects to sales, sales to consultants, and so on. As we come down far enough, you will actually have an itemized activity report, okay? So this is really awesome. It's going to allow you to pull a report based on, okay, what invites did I send today? But I want to see only the invites for events. So you can go through and get that specific. These reports can be exported so you can print it. If you're a paper and pen kind of guy or gal and you're transitioning, this is going to be a nice way for you to sort of gradually make that step away, okay? So you can always pull your export if you need to, or you can use this, like I said, as an accountability tool if you're meeting as a group or as a team. These are great kind of ways for you to look back on what you've been working on and accomplishing until now. So check out your different reporting tools, and then, like I said, you can track your sales and your income as you go along. Those are going to be the major features that you kind of want to be conscious of. I see quite a few questions coming in, so feel free to jump in either the question and answer section or the chat. I'm going to check both, and we're going to answer some questions, okay? Thanks for sticking with me, guys. For any of you that may have to jump off the call really quickly, I'm going to put up my contact information for you, just so that you have a direct point of contact if you have questions. I promise it's coming. All right, so that's my direct contact information, guys. Feel free to screenshot that, jot that down. You can reach out to me if you need any help along the way. If you're thinking, this does not look the way she said it would look, or you know what, I'm just not that tech savvy, reach out, okay, guys? I have been training in tech systems and online tools for about 5 or 6 years, so there's no silly question for me. I love to help in this stuff. If I can, please reach out. All right, I'm going to put that back up after a couple minutes. Let's talk about some of these questions. Okie doke, let's see here. So I've got a question from Amy. Is the date that you made that contact documented? Yes, so every time you log a connect in Teamzy, you're going to get a time and a date stamp. So let's say, so we logged the connection for Eric earlier. Let's go ahead and pull up his profile, and I'll show you how you can view the history for anyone that you've worked with. So now that I've searched for Eric, this now becomes his profile here to the right. So I have access to his details. That's all that contact-based information. Or I can click on notes. This will be any manual notes that I entered, having a baby, buying a house, things like that. And then I've also got an activity feed. This is going to be that time and date stamp for you, where you can see, okay, I sent a Facebook message. It says today only because it happened today, but if it was yesterday, you would have, 4 or 5 on the actual time and date stamp. You can click on any given previous record, and you can make an edit there if you need to. Okay, you know what, that was actually a LinkedIn connection as opposed to Facebook. You have those options. Okay, so let's get back in there. Let's see here. So Erin wants to know, after you've created tags, can you search for them, or must they be created each time? You can absolutely search for a pre-created tag. So feel free to make as many of those as you need to or as few. So if I came in here and I'm looking at my all category, but you know what, I want to see only my Facebook friends, I could actually type right in here above the list of names to filter by tags. So I can start to type Facebook. Whoops, come on, whoopsie, Facebook. This is now going to run a filter and it's going to bring up for me only the people that exist in that tag. If I had created a tag for Lash Boost, this product is obviously on my mind, then I would have the opportunity to quickly say, okay, you know what, I want to see only, whoops, yeah, that's the Lash Boost. From here, it's going to run a filter and bring up only the people that have tagged with that filter, okay? You also have an option to go ahead and click on any of your tags here on the left. So if I want to see only my Facebook people, I can click there, but this is currently filtering by Lash Boost, so here are all of my Facebook people, or here's everybody in the Lash Boost tag, okay? So that would be how you access tags that you've pre-created. Let's see here. So Helen wants to know, can you track receipts and other items for taxes? So right now we do not have an option for like document storage or anything like that. It's a great suggestion and one that the team does have on the list. So we're always refining or looking to make changes to Teamzy based on your needs. So I take feedback like this and I sit down with our development team and we talk about how that's beneficial and we'll try and find an elegant solution for you in the system. But for now, document storage does not have a place in Teamzy. Okay, let's see here. So Jen wants to know, is there a way to backdate contacts? I may talk to people today, but don't get to log them until tomorrow. It's a great point. We get that often, okay? The guys are really close to that solution. Right now, you cannot backdate, but what I recommend is you utilize that notes field, okay? So let's say I spoke to Marlo yesterday, but didn't get a chance to log it. I would come in here and say, you know what, 4/5, we spoke about upcoming event. So now when I update this, if I look at Marlo on my dashboard, because he's set for a follow-up, you know what, actually, if I go over to team, let's bring up Marlo. If I set Marlo for follow-up now and I go over to my dashboard, I'll be able to see at one glance, okay, I'll be able to see at one glance on 4/5 that we spoke about upcoming event. So the notes field is what I would use right now for backdating, and then I always have the option to move the follow-up out if I need to give myself more time, okay? So feel free to use the notes section, but like I said, you may see that solution come down the pipeline really soon. We've been working on that for a while. So let's see here. It would be awesome if one of the invite options or events was to a Facebook event. Many of us have them monthly. Awesome suggestion, Sarah. So that's something that I can pass along to our development team as soon as possible, which will be at our next meeting tomorrow. So I hear you asking for an event, specifically Facebook events. You may see that very soon, or like I said, a customizable option. Who knows? All right, stay tuned, guys. Feel free to jump in the chat if you've got additional questions. I'm going to check the question and answer area. Let's see here. So Jennifer, looks like I had one person import as a customer and as a Facebook friend. Is there a way to combine the activity of the two contacts into one? I just realized that she was in Teamzy twice. Okay, so unfortunately, Jennifer, there's no way, we don't have a merge function, but what you can do, let's see here. So if you go over to your team page in Teamzy, your all list is usually going to arrange in alphabetical order. So if I added a duplicate accidentally, let's say I add an additional for Eric, what would happen now, when I go to my all category and I scroll down, I'll see that the system has actually brought them close together on the list because they're alphabetical and the two names are the same. So what you could do is quickly, now granted, you'd have to manually do this. I would say, okay, this one has information, this one doesn't. I would come over here and copy and paste any of the relevant details I need to into the notes section of this field. Okay, that's just for now. We're looking for a more robust deduper and merge function, but for now, that's going to be your option for merging, okay? Use that all category so that you can just kind of quickly identify and then bring that information or consolidate the information into one file. All right, let's get back over to the questions here. Let's see here. So Brandy wants to know, is there a way to manually enter one person at a time? Absolutely. Because like I said, we're going to be constantly generating new leads with this new system, right? Meeting new people face-to-face and belly-to-belly, or accepting new friend requests, whatever the case may be. In your Teamzy, in the upper right-hand corner, on every single page, it's gonna kind of follow you around. You've got add contact. I can click add contact and add information, okay? So I can say, met this person. You can add as much information as you have at the time. And then, like I said, you can refine as you go along. They come in as a 3-star. You can say this person's actually a 4-star. They are a customer. I can add any notes, add any information, but that's gonna be how quickly you can add people on the go, okay? Now, this is a really great time to bring this up, guys. As you're living these crazy busy lives, right? Power hours don't always manifest themselves in a solid hour. So if you find, you know what, you've got 10 minutes in the morning, you're in Dropbox, which is usually how it happens, grab your cell phone, because we actually have a really great mobile site. So you can access Teamzy directly from your cell phone. So with this, if you're an Android or an iPhone user, it's not an app, it's a mobile site. So you don't have to go to the App Store. What you want to do is just open Safari or Chrome or whatever you use as a browser, and you're going to type in what you see here, app.teamzy.com. So the word app.teamzy.com. From there, I recommend that you log in, save your login. It's going to give you the Remember Me option, and then you can actually save that to the home screen of your device. So I'm not sure if you can see on mine, but that's actually my Teamzy app. My Teamzy mobile site. So I can just tap that. It's gonna log me into my Teamzy. I don't know if the glare is gonna let you see it, but it's gonna log me into my Teamzy right on my dashboard so that I can, in real time, actually connect with a few people. Or I can send a couple of emails because my Gmail is linked to my actual mobile device. So you have the option, okay, to access your Teamzy on the go. I'm not sure if that'll let you see it there, but that kind of, you know, it's gonna be a smaller version, smaller screen space, but you'll have access to all of the majors. You can get in there and do your power hours, whether it's 10 minutes, 15 minutes here, 10 minutes there. Connect as you go along, okay? Log those connects in real time, and that's also gonna save you from having to backdate or add anything to the notes section. All right, so mobile site. Let's take a look here. Okay. Diana wants to know, can we toggle between Teamzy and Facebook if new connection and need to know more about them before talking? Absolutely. So Diana, that's how I work best. I like to have it, you know, visible so that I know what I'm talking about or what they're working on or what they like. So I open a tab side by side. I will, you know, depending on who I'm working with, I'll just literally search for their profile. Usually the right profile. I'll bring them up, and then from here I can go back and forth. So now I can search for Eric here. And if I'm collecting information, if I see, okay, I know he works for Teamzy, so I can come over into my Facebook and I can add that he, you know, works for Teamzy. Click anywhere else, and it's going to go ahead and update in real time. You can definitely open the two tabs. You can even do the same thing on your cell phone. It'll let you go between the two. Okay. Let me see here. Okay, so it looks like so questions are coming in multiple locations. So you can either send your question in through the chat section or through the Q&A, okay? Okay, so let's see here. Can you track Zoom training events as well? So Connie, right now there is not a specific for Zoom training, but what I use, because I do those all day long, is I go connect, I do a Zoom one-on-one. I will obviously add any details that I need to that would have come up in that Zoom call if I filled out a questionnaire or a consultation form or anything like that. I select type and I'll do either other or I do phone call, okay? Because I've already indicated in here that it's a Zoom. If I say phone call or if I say other, once I log this and I look at it in the activity feed, I'll be able to see that it was a Zoom one-on-one. So that's your workaround for now. You're gonna see online meeting drop in there really soon. Okay. Lauren wants to, okay, so Lauren, you weren't seeing questions in the chat. Some of those were coming through in the question and answer, okay? Let's see if I've got any more Q&A questions. It looks like we've answered everything there. We talked about the mobile accessibility, guys. You feel free to jump in the chat or in the question and answer, and I'll just keep answering some questions for you, okay? And let me see if I can touch on a few more features that'll be really important for you as you're going along. So as you're getting the hang of things, as we're refining the system here at Teamzy, as we make changes, add some of these awesome suggestions that you guys have, you're gonna wanna keep an eye on your university tab on the left-hand side. This university tab will give you access to our FAQs, webinars, tutorial videos, things that just will, if you ever wanna get an answer to a quick question, things like that. So you can come in here and say FAQs by network, and it'll give you, like I said, our current webinars, videos. So anytime we make big functionality changes, anything that'll make your life a little easier, we'll pop it in this section. Okay, so that's gonna be your university tab. If you ever have questions and you're thinking, I did not jot down Jay's number, how do I get in touch with them? You've got a help button in the lower right-hand corner of your Teamzy. That's gonna give you access to a real person, okay? It's either myself or my colleague, Barry. Guys, we're a really close-knit team, very, very small at this point, so we're here to really serve you guys one-on-one. If you need help, reach out. Feedback, those awesome suggestions, please keep them coming. We love them, I really mean that, okay? You're helping us refine this tool based on our users' needs. So you've got a feedback tool in the upper right-hand corner built right into your page, okay? You can click on that and let us know, hey, I wish the page was green. I'm not saying that we're gonna be able to do everything, but I promise that I will take all of your feedback into our meetings and I will be your champion and try and position or frame that so the guys know why it's so important. Okay, so I'm gonna check the chat really quickly. Let's take a look here. So Connie wants to know the price after your 30-day trial. Really great question. Okay, so when you're ready to consider your subscription options, you can do that in your own time whenever you're ready. We've built your subscription right into Teamzy. So in the upper right-hand corner, you'll click on the wheel, go down to settings, and then you've got a billing option. So this is gonna let you handle your own private billing so you can submit your payment method. You're not gonna have to deal with anything like that. And it's gonna let you choose between either the monthly, which is $29.99. That's gonna be a month-to-month option. You can choose to cancel at any time. And then you've got the yearly option, which comes with that $60 discount up front because you're paying for the full year at once, okay? So $29.99 per month, or you've got the annual option that gives you that additional savings. Like I said, you can feel free to choose your subscription at any time. It's up in your settings section. Let's see here, any additional questions? So Anonymous wants to know, is Teamzy available in Canada and Australia? Yes. So we do not have alternate versions for our Canadian market or our Australian market. Everything is going to be displayed in US dollars, so pricing for our subscriptions, everything like that will be US dollars. But this is a cloud-based system, so they can use it anywhere they've got an internet connection, okay? So feel free to have them check out that free 30-day trial. They have access to it as well. Let's see here. Looks like that's all of the questions I've got in the chat, guys, and that's everything in the question and answer for now, so feel free to jump in the question and answer if you have additional. So Sarah wants to know, is there any way we can back up our contacts? I'm a bit scared of losing all my contacts in the worldwide space. I completely understand, okay? Cloud-based systems, you're thinking, what happens if there's no internet connection, or if we go down, where's my info, right? So you always have access to pull a copy of your data at any time, okay? To do so, you go over to Teamzy, excuse me, you're in Teamzy. So you're gonna go over to the team page on the left. From here, you've got an import option here. This little drop down is gonna give you access to export as well. So you can export, you click that little button, it's gonna give you a full export of all information you put in Teamzy, okay? This is gonna be all of the contact-based information, any notes, things like that. Now, if you also want to pull a copy of the activities that you've been doing for all of those people, that's when you want to go over to that business page, scroll down to your activity history, and export it here. Okay? That'll give you both so that you've always got that view. Now, let's see if there are any additional questions. So everyone wants to know, are the tags pre-populated once you've created one? Yes, that's the way it works. So you'll notice if you type in Lash Boost, the next time you start to type that, it'll auto-populate that for you, okay? Let's see. Let me clear some of these out so I know where we are. Okay, so Deborah says that I transferred a CSV from Pulse and the emails/phone numbers did not import from any of your contacts. Okay, Deborah. So what may have happened there is that maybe Teamzy had trouble mapping the file. But in any case, I can help with that, okay? So we can either connect one-on-one, or you can try this on your own. You can head over to the team page. You can go to that import option again, go down to import history this time. This is gonna give you an itemized list of every single file that you brought into Teamzy so far. You can quickly delete, and then you can go in and re-import that file, and then this time, make sure that it mapped them correctly. If you're not sure how to do that, like I said, reach out to me directly and I can get you set up, okay? We'll jump on a one-on-one Zoom call and I'll make sure that that worked out for you correctly. Okay, and that goes for anyone, okay? Feel free to reach out if you're having any sort of a challenge like that. If you're thinking my information didn't come in correctly, we can always undo and make sure that it comes in the right way. All right, let's see here. Feel free to jump in the question and answer. I think I got all of those answered so far. We'll check the chat again. That's everything. And one last feature I want to mention, because I'm just going to keep talking if you guys don't jump in. Okay, so on your dashboard, in addition to your daily activities, right, those highly productive activities, the calls, reaching out, connecting to people, you've got some personal stuff that you're working on throughout the day, right? You should be posting to social media, maintaining your online presence so people always have a way to reach you. You should be spending some time on the personal development, right? Guys, anything that you try to change outwardly in your life has to start internally, okay? Whatever it is that you believe, the self-talk has a huge part of it. Personal development. So choose however you're gonna spend some time doing that. And then you've got your AM skincare and your PM skincare. Are you staying devoted to your regimen? Are you a product of your product? Teamzy is gonna help you sort of make sure that you're maintaining consistency in all of those areas as well. So that's how you work your dailies. This is just gonna be a checklist for you, to you, from you. All right, let's see here. Leslie wants to know, if I'm on a Mac and don't have Excel, will Teamzy export or download to numbers for Pulse? So the way that's gonna work is it's going to export it as an Excel document. If you know how to convert that Excel into a numbers file, you'll be able to open it. If not, you may have to just quickly Google a converter. They exist everywhere, they're super cheap. I would just make sure it's from a reputable site, okay? So you can always convert that way, but it will export from Teamzy in an Excel file, okay? Let's see here. Oh, thank you, Connie. Connie, I'm gonna share your comment that she loves the way that we have integrated the RF values and personal values into the system. That's why we love Rodan and Fields, guys. This community is amazing. You guys understand what I mean when I say building your business relationally, trying to help people, really grow a team, okay? I say this sometimes to folks that just don't get it. If you're a jerk, it just won't work, right? That's the nature of Rodan and Fields. It's not find them, fleece them, forget them. You're here to help people. And that's what we wanted Teamzy to be, is a tool that you can leverage to help more people. So please lean in, reach out for help if you need us. We're always here, okay? I'm gonna leave you with my contact information. Feel free to jump in and ask any additional questions. It's been awesome tonight. I hope it was helpful. Reach out if you need anything. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Joy. Have a great night. It's been a real pleasure. Thanks, Diane. Have a wonderful evening.